the Croc show.
Yeah, well, these guys down here are going, thanks for flapping around, now we'll never get them.
Yeah.
So when you come to Australia Zoo, it's different than some of the other zoos because I'm a grandmother, okay?
Yeah.
So Mindy's not here because of Grace, who's 3 months old. I can hear a little person. Yeah? Yeah, trying to communicate with Grace now. So Grace couldn't be part of the Croc show because you were part of the Croc show when you were a baby and it didn't go well.
No, it was a little bit controversial. I suggested to Mindy we tried the same thing, you know, really stick it to the media, but she said no.
No. But Grace, with her little mittened hand, is going to join us on the big screen.
Oh, she's got some
words
to say.
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
What do you have to say, Grace? Wow!
So, when you come to Australia Zoo, you get stuck with the proud grandmother. Now we can do the Croc show.
Now we'll do it.
Who are we feeding today?
Well, today we have got the most unpredictable crocodile in the whole Crocoseum, and probably in the entire zoo, to be honest. We have got Charlie. That's right, Charlie. Not nervous.
Well, you should be, but do you know where Charlie came from? I think we got a video to show you catching Charlie from where he used to live.
Let's check it out.
Let's have a look. Here he comes. Now what we want you to learn is how to be safe in crocodile territory. So if you're up north where crocodiles live, just don't do what Robert's doing. Don't ever go near the water's edge. That's the danger zone.
That's right. This is very silly to be this close to the water. Absolutely.
And when your dad and I used to do the show in here, this is when he'd be like, oh yeah, don't ever jump in the water like this, and only he said it differently. And then he'd jump in the water.
He'd jump in.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Oh, like as they're coming out.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Can I do it? Can I give it a go? Sounds fun.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. What do you think, guys? Hey, jump into it. Please.
This is spiking me for the whole Charlie story, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do it. Alright, what could go wrong? Now, when you enter the water with a crocodile, that really is the ultimate danger zone. This is the ultimate mistake to make. Crocodiles for the last 200 million years have been doing exactly what you see Charlie doing. Now, they're ambush predators. They don't just come out 100 miles an hour every time. No, they like to wait. And Charlie in particular, he's such an unpredictable croc. Sometimes he'll come up right here, he'll try to outflank you, he'll sit just under the water for minutes and do nothing at all until he catches you off guard. He wants you to make a mistake. Now if this was deep, dark, murky water where you usually find crocs, as I splash around, he actually pinpoints these vibrations that I send out. Now this does get him a little bit angry and a little bit riled up. So you know what? Now that he's nice and grumpy, he's all yours, mum.
Sweet. Come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie.
This is classic Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie is a really scary crocodile. Come on, Charlie. Look at how he sits just under the surface and he's trying to outflank me. This is why Steve built the Crocoseum with clear water so you can see what he's doing. Imagine if you were up north where crocs live in deep, dark, murky water. You'd never know there was a croc right there. And when he pops up like that, what's really weird is he pops up under the leaves and rocks and snags so that you can't see those few centimeters of eyes and ears and nose, but he can see and hear and smell you. And he's got these little spots all the way down his body and his scales. What are they called?
Integumentary sense organs.
And that's how he senses vibration. So right now, as you guys are shuffling around in your seat, he can sense 4 times greater in water than on land, just exactly where you are. So he can actually sense a bandicoot walking up to the water's edge, which is pretty cool. What he's doing right now is he's heading over to delicious Harrison. We're not going to eat Harrison today.
Do you want me to jump in and see if we can get him on this side?
No, don't jump in anymore.
Do you want me to jump in here?
No.
No?
Don't really want to jump in anymore. what he wants to do is tail walk, hey Robert?
Yeah, I reckon. That's his favourite part of the show. He just loves the tail walk so much, where he comes up vertically out of the water.
So Steve and I did one movie, I was in the movie, guys. I didn't even make it drama class, but I was in the movie, called Crocodile Collision Course. And Charlie's the one who tries to get Brazzy out of the tree. But what you don't know is that Steve was dressed up like a woman in the tree to look like Nike Spansky. And then Charlie tried to get Steve dressed as Magda. What are you doing? Now you're all really mad.
Very mad.
Don't be really mad, Charlie. Don't be really mad. Don't be really mad.
I don't know what he's doing here, hey?
I don't know what he's doing. Come on. Come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. Charlie bit my finger. Hear that one?
He's such an unpredictable croc. I mean, more than any other crocodile that we have here. If any of you have been here before and seen a show with any other crocodile, you'll know that they kind of know the gist of the show. They know there's certain spots where we get really close and they preempt that. They get ready to strike. But Charlie always tries to throw us off guard. He won't strike out of the water. He'll wait completely, almost motionless. You know, he just sits there. And then when he wants to, he'll put on a strike more hard-hitting than any other croc here.
Yeah.
I've seen him gain so much ground and nearly grab people
Thank you.
all the time.
Yes,
he's
that's
crazy.
awesome.
So, good luck,
Stop talking about that. Come on, Charlie. What are you doing?
He's really interested in the people in the front row.
He is. He's very interested. All the yummy people in the front row.
What the heck?
Man, he's thinking about it.
It is really intimidating because crocodiles can hold their breath for over 7 hours. We've actually studied them and tracked them in the wild, which means you could be camping on the riverbank and not see a crocodile all day, and he's right there. So that's an important thing to remember when you're in croc country. To be sure to be respectful, to be respectful of the water. There could be someone like Charlie, right in front. Come on, Charlie. No, we're not going to do it. Come on.
Just get one.
That's important.
He wants to grab you. He just wants to get you closer.
Come on.
What he's waiting for Mum to do is do what an animal would do in the wild.
Charlie, I saved your life. Come on, I saved your life. You were living in that concrete box. They were going to send you to a farm. You would have been cowboy boots.
He's being weird.
Let's see, Charlie. It's Robert. More than me.
Alright, let's see how we go. Now, you've got to keep in mind, even though Charlie is so unpredictable, if he wants to, he can hit that back fence in one solid motion, no problem at all. He likes to make you wait. Go, Charlie.
Oh my god.
Go, Charlie. Go, boy. I'm not getting any closer than that, Charlie. Go, boy. Oh, mate,
What's he doing?
you are
Chandler! He's from Florida! He's like delicious Cajun!
That guy talks funny, let's get him. Come on over here, Charlie.
We were on a roll!
Ooh, here he goes. Alright, so you've been trying to get Charlie out of land. Now that he's got his confidence up, see what you get out there. Look him over. Charlie. Here we go. Charlie out on land.
Oh,
So you
careful.
can see how crocodiles move once they're out of the water. Oh, you're looking at my legs, Charlie. Look at this.
Now what Chandler shows there, that's Charlie's top speed on land. Now, it's winter time, so he's a bit slow, but even in summer, we can easily walk backwards quicker than he can come forward. In fact, I'll put my money where my mouth is. I can easily sit down right in front of Charlie. See that? He can care less. He just wants to get straight back into the water. He knows, in the water and at the water's edge, that is where he means business, not out on land. See that big long tail, big round belly, short little stumpy legs? He is not built for speed on land, he's built for speed in the water. He's like a little torpedo, but out on land, that big tail just acts like a handbrake. So to stay safe around crocs, just don't enter the water. Don't go too close to the water's edge, and definitely don't overhang the water, because a croc like Charlie can sit there motionless for hours on end and then hit at the drop of a hat so hard, so fast you won't know what's coming. The reason why we stress this, first of all, is for your safety, but also for croc conservation. If we can minimise the conflict between crocs and people, then they're going to be around for millions of years to come. Because unfortunately they're branded as these evil, ugly monsters going around trying to eat people. That's not the case. Only when we break the rules is something going to go wrong. Now I reckon, you know what? Charlie, he's been a little bit slower today. I know he's got it in him, so I think we should get him really fired up. Try something a bit crazy. What do you reckon, Mum?
Yeah, let's give him a big food item. Let's remember, when you save a crocodile's life, they become your little pet.
That's it, apparently. Alright,
There you go. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, Charlie's lining up to strike. As soon as he thinks he can get Robert, he's going to strike.
Go, Charlie. Go, Charlie. Come on, Charlie.
He's going to grab this food item. Instinctively, he's going to take that back to the water. Robert's going to simulate a struggling animal. So it's like a struggling feral pig. And Charlie's going to show you just what a crocodile can do when he's grabbed a food item that's fighting back. So he's got this, don't actually go to the water. Death roll, you little ripper! That was a very violent death roll. This is so much fun to watch my kid do this. Crocodiles will violently 2 death rolls, 3 death rolls. I don't know how many death rolls that was. Do I hear 4? I feel like an auctioneer. Can I have 4 death rolls? Oh, 4 death rolls. Come on, 5 to the school holidays record. Charlie, can you match the record? 5 death rolls! Now it sounds like Captain Leather Sword. Look how much he loves it. Whoa! Robert doesn't have arms anymore. But Charlie's having a good day, and that's what it's all about. You can see how they would spin up 6 death rolls. Crikey. And Charlie gets his lunch. Way to go, Robert. Charlie, you are so scary. It's fine with me that you like me. Oh, little birds, little birds. Apparently, feral pig's legs, not good first date food. It makes you all burpy. You're so beautiful, and I love you. I'm so glad that we saved you, except for the fact that you really want to kill my son. Other than that, you're awesome! Gee, Robert, there's only one other person I've seen Charlie hate that much. Must be the genes. That's really cool. But you know, if you watch this and you appreciate that all we want to do is give Charlie a good day. We want him to have a good day. He's overpowered that food item. He thinks he killed it. He ate it. Now he can just swim home. Oh wait, I know what the problem is. He can't swim home because I'm talking. He's a male crocodile. We all know males can only do one thing at a time. So all the bees fly so you can think. He turns it on. He is a cool crocodile.
He's just an absolute psycho croc. You never know what he's going to do. But hopefully, after today, you'll come away with a bit more of an appreciation for these animals. And as you can see, I mean, they really aren't these mindless killers. Not at all. They're very intelligent. Charlie knows each and every one of you, just like your dog at home. He knows it. And he knows exactly what to do to try and grab it.
Absolutely.
So he's a really spectacular croc. And I think it's such an honour to get to work with the crocodiles that you and Dad rescued, you know?
Yeah, well, Charlie's very special to me. And when he first came to Australia Zoo, he was in the environmental park, and he tried so hard to kill everything. He stopped birds on land, which was really pitiful. But you know, he never felt grass under his feet. He'd never been able to fully submerge in water. And being able to treat crocodiles with kindness is what it's all about. We do genuinely love him. And if you love crocodiles, the single greatest thing you can do is to simply not purchase wildlife products. We don't want to see them end up as boots, bags, and belts, and we don't want to eat them. We want to make sure they maintain their position as an apex predator in the ecosystem. Apex is the top, and like your roof on your house, if you took that away, everything beneath it would be destroyed. They're the most important for the environment, just like lions and bears. We're really lucky because saltwater crocodiles are the largest reptile, the largest crocodile on the planet, and we've got them here in Australia. So I want to thank you so much for coming in today, sharing our love for wildlife. Have an awesome and safe tour.